Hello, welcome to the Paper Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan James. Thank you for joining me today. Yesterday, I got emailed a snippet from a friend, and it was a comedian in Australia that was going to different banks withdrawing cash. And every bank was asking him, why are you withdrawing this cash? And he would just give the most absurd reasons. One, he cheated on his girlfriend. He's got to go buy her gifts. Others, he's buying drugs and whatnot. And you can just see the tellers put it down and how absurd it is. But, this isn't too absurd. This happens all the time. And in many countries, and even the U.S. itself. So with BSA, you kind of got to know your customers and know what they're doing with their cash, unfortunately, whether you agree with it or not. I want to know your thoughts on what you think of this. Do you think it's absurd that, tellers are going to ask what you're doing with their cash? There's circumstances where I can think of protecting for elder abuse, and there's things that, okay, they've never withdrawn cash. Yes, you could have that, but have it in a conversational piece and know your customer. But when I looked up, the laws in Australia, really, it seems to be signified to the top banks that are asking the questions there. And same thing here. I mean, if your kid's in college and has a Chase account and you have a Chase account, you want to quickly deposit $200 of cash into their account so they can, buy books that day, you can't. I mean, it's just absurd. Why couldn't you put $100 in your son's account, your daughter's account? Is it just, I can't believe they do that. But what I think is happening out there is the big banks overkill. They're so big that they are just putting in these policies because it is easier to do policy than govern every teller they have out there in the nation and be able to handle that. And, that's just, it's such an invasion of privacy. You're making your money legitimately. You should be able to do what you want with it. Bankers, I want to hear your thoughts. Are you asking your customers that come in and withdraw cash? Are you asking, or do you already know what they're doing with it and you're fine with it? Tell me your thoughts and concerns. And, just 2 years ago, remember the IRS was looking about, they were floating out there, taking the reporting requirement from $10,000 down to $600. I mean, the fact that they actually thought that was a good idea for $600 to have reporting from the IRS is just absolutely absurd. But please, bankers, let me know your thoughts, concerns. What do you do? Are you asking your customers if they were drawing $1,000 in cash? Are you telling your tellers that you got to ask? I want to hear from you. Thanks. Have a good day.